rare celestial event, and the upcoming phenomena dubbed the blood moon signals a supernatural connection to biblical prophecy. NASA is calling this lunar tetrad, which is defined as 4 successive blood moon lunar events that will happen between April of 2014 and continue to September of 2015. Now, each one will occur during an important Jewish holiday like Passover. These celestial happenings have taken place only a handful of times over the past 2,000 years, but the last 3 events coincided with historic events that began in 1493 and ended in 1967 with the advent of the 6-day Arab-Israeli War.
And now to something out of this world, a very rare space event is just days away. A comet named Siding Spring will fly close to Mars, within 140,000 kilometers, in fact. That's about a third of the distance between the
planet
Earth.
Also means, very concretely, our very survival. We are, all of you know it, on the edge of a climatic abyss. In fact, we have 500 days to avoid a climate chaos.
We have 500 days to avoid a climate chaos. Very important issue of climate change, climate chaos, and we have, I said that we had 500 days to avoid climate chaos.
There's a giant asteroid flying towards Earth. Detected by a Russian robotic telescope, it's one of the largest and most dangerous space rocks approaching our planet's orbit. RT's Murad Gaziev looks at the threat from the void.
Humanity's last experience with a large asteroid was painful. Almost 2 years ago, the Chelyabinsk meteor, traveling at 19 kilometers a second, exploded in the skies above Russia. The blast was dozens of times more powerful than an atomic bomb. But that meteor was only 20 or so meters in diameter, weighing about as much as the Eiffel Tower. This new asteroid is an entirely different story. It's 20 times bigger, the size of a village, weighing millions of times more. If this asteroid, for now called 2014 UR116, flew into our atmosphere, it wouldn't just burn up in the air and shatter windows. This would hit the planet's surface, potentially killing millions. But calm for now. It's not yet on a collision course with Earth. The danger is, as it passes near planets and the sun, gravity could alter its path. In fact, the Russian Space Agency, which detected UR116, has satellites watching just for such objects. And it's not only Russia. An American observatory a decade ago detected another similar asteroid. There was a big scare about that, if you remember. Apophis was named after the Egyptian god of evil, and asteroids its size hit Earth on average once in 80,000 years. NASA gave it a very real chance of impacting our planet, though that was later revised down. But the danger from asteroids is very real, and astronomers are increasingly keeping an eye out and thinking about what to do if they confirm a collision course, though don't expect anything quite as dramatic as Bruce Willis leading his team of misfits to save the world.
Sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks,
Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Our guest in the past 2 or 3 years, and I'm talking both secular guests and religious, ecclesiastical guests from various fields of expertise, have indicated that they believe something significant is going to happen in September 2015.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. If you do not wake up, I will come like a thief, and you will not know at what time I will come to you. I will come like a thief, and you will not know at what time I will come.
All of you know it. on the edge of a climatic abyss.
The fifth angel sounded his trumpet, and I saw a star that had fallen from the sky to the earth. The star was given the key to the shaft of the abyss. When he opened the abyss, smoke rose from it like the smoke from a gigantic furnace. The sun and sky were darkened by the smoke from the abyss.
We are, all of you know it, on the edge of a climatic abyss. In fact, we have 500 days to avoid
all the immediate challenges that we gathered to address this week. Terrorism, instability, inequality, disease. There's one issue that will define the contours of this century more dramatically than any other, and that is the urgent and growing threat of a changing climate. This once distant threat has moved firmly into the present and into the sting of more frequent extreme weather events.
Labor pains in nature, which are going to become more and more frequent and more intense the closer we get to the birth of the kingdom of God.
No nation is immune. In America, the past decade has been our hottest on record. Along our eastern coast, the city of Miami now floods at high tide. In our west, wildfire season now stretches most of the year. In our heartland, farms have been parched by the worst drought in generations and drenched by the wettest spring in our history. A hurricane left parts of this great city dark and underwater. Worldwide, this summer was the hottest ever recorded. So the climate is changing faster than our efforts to address it. The alarm bells keep ringing. We are the first generation to feel the impact of climate change and the last generation that can do something about it. We are the first generation to feel the impact of climate change and the last generation that can do something about it.
Hello everyone. What you are looking at right now is quite possibly our doom. Now, I've been sent some information by an individual, and he works at a very high level, and he's been working on a very sensitive program for quite some time now. Now, this individual has sent me information, along with a lot of other people, that with the expectations that we will share this and put this out everywhere we can, in hopes that people will prepare themselves, their families, their house, you know, their themselves, their mind, spiritually, however they have to prepare, because something is coming. And from the date of this video, you have about 7 months to prepare and get your affairs in order, because this is not some low-level individual who is putting this information out. Anyway, I'm urging all of you to put away as much food as much water, as many weapons, as much ammo, seeds, just as much as you possibly can. Whatever you can afford to do, do it. You got about 7 months until you are going to experience something that none of us have ever experienced in the history of mankind here on this planet. There is an asteroid coming in. This program that this individual worked on, they already have the trajectory. They already know where it's coming from. They know where it's going to impact, and I will show you that here in a minute. So unless they're off, which I highly doubt, then we're in serious, serious trouble. And we're in serious trouble anyway. But either way, let me just get into, and another thing that makes this so serious, and the higher ups, the elites have been preparing for this for a long time. Now they've known about this for quite some time now. We're talking years and years and years. They've known about this, but they have the trajectory of this thing. They know it's inbound, it's coming in. And they're playing all these little games on the side to keep your attention diverted. But let me tell you, when they do make a public announcement, it is going to be panic in the year zero. You aren't going to be able to just go out there and buy what you need. These store shelves are going to empty out in less than 24 hours. Once they make an announcement, it's over. You got 7 months. You need to do what you can to prepare now. So, like I say, another thing that makes this a lot more disturbing is because they know exactly where this thing's going to impact. They have taken measures on our nuclear power plants here in this country. Not only do they have implemented new safe modes for these to go into in the case of a grid down situation, which there will be. They have even implemented new safe modes for the spent fuel rods. They have implemented to flood these things out. It's something like a continuous flooding. That way these things can sit and cool without evaporating everything for at least 2 years, because they're saying that there ain't even a chance of recovery from this one incident for at least a year to 2 years. It's going to get bad, people. Now, I urge you to share this everywhere and at least give others the chance to prepare and prepare themselves, however they decide to prepare. But you're going to see it. You're going to see civil unrest. You are going to see neighbor against neighbor. Your neighbor is going to come over to your house and try to shoot you in the face to take whatever you got. Anyway, here I will show you where your impact will be. From what they have told me and what I'm trying to pass on is this impact is going to take place right here, right in the center of the screen, just northeast of Brazil. Just northeast of Brazil. All of this, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, everything, it's all gone. It's all gone. This thing is, when this thing impacts in the North Atlantic, it's going to run, it's everything. All these fault lines are going to give way and all these fault lines across the world are going to give out. You're going to see volcanic reactions to this one event. I mean, there couldn't be more of a crap hit the fan scenario. But I am urging all of you to please, please share this and prepare. Take care.